I am now heading to Famagusta, one of the main cities here in northern Cyprus. I have a hotel reserved there for the next 2 nights. This is pretty clearly a tomb, I would say. Yeah, I'm guessing an ancient rock quarry. Look at these amazing mosaics. The question is, what was the first language of most of the people here? Insanity. This is like almost undrivable conditions. So I decided that this was a good point to stop and have lunch. I have my bag of stuff. So it's getting worse and worse, like very intense wind. I would not be out there driving at this point. Is this like a metacane that I didn't know about? A Mediterranean hurricane? This is so bizarre, especially for this time of year. Man, I wonder how this is going to affect my driving plans for today. It isn't all that much further to Famagusta if I just go straight instead of going up to the castle, which was going to be out of the way. But I can't even get out there in this. So it had mellowed out, and so I got back on the road, and it is just insane. Oh man, this is craziness. This is by far the worst storm I've ever experienced. Certainly while driving, I'm basically trying to find another good spot to pull over and wait it out. I don't want to be in one of these dirt road areas that are starting to flood. There could very well be flooding elsewhere on the island. It's basically a river right there. It sort of lightens up a little bit and then comes back again. Maybe some hope in those skies. On the right, blue skies, but on the left, still dark clouds. And things are looking much better. Rain has stopped on better roads here, divided freeway. So the castle is up on that mountain range. I just passed the junction where I was planning to turn off and get up there. I will have another chance to turn and go up there up ahead. I'm still considering whether to maybe go for it. If that's the end of the storm, then why not? And as I say that, the rain starts coming back. So maybe that's a sign. I can always visit it on my way back to Kyrenia to return the car, which will probably happen in 2 days. Staying 2 nights in Famagusta. have a hotel reserved there for the next 2 nights. And another old church. And we have some big construction projects going on here. I can see the sea just other side of these buildings. So it looks like this is probably like a new resort area. Come back in a few years and it will be tourist central. Let's maybe take this left, drive over and get a look at the sea. Look at that. Water park. Finished buildings. Let's go check out the beach scene. Look at the dust getting all blown around. So there is the water. Sunrise Beach Club. But not a pretty spot. Especially today, but in general. It needs some attention. But looks like this area is probably just all under construction as a new beach resort spot. And I can see a lot of skyscrapers out there. That is probably Famagusta. And it looks like I'm doing it, guys. There you go, Kantara. That is the castle, 13 kilometers. That's only like 8 miles, so it isn't even that far out of the way. Right up there in those mountains. The sun is out. The dogs are prowling. So I'm now basically on top of that mountain range. It is very narrow. There is the top of it right up there. Looking for a castle. You can see the sea off to the left. Just down the mountain. And I should be very close to the castle now. So far, the weather cooperating. I wouldn't have wanted to be on this winding road in that rainstorm plus wind plus lightning and thunder. And I think I see a wall. another sign. Kantara Castle to the left. There we go. Wall on the rocks. And on the left up there. Man, this is another dramatic location for a castle. Alright, finally, you can stop driving on those winding roads. What an unbelievable view. The Mediterranean there and the road that I drove 2 days ago up the Karpaz Peninsula. And then yesterday drove way out that way, and then today along over there and then around, and here we go. Another phenomenal castle clinging to a dramatic cliff. What a day of travel it has been. When you look on the map and see this peninsula sticking out, I mean, it looks big, you know, but you don't have the sense of what it's really like, even when you're driving on it. But then to get this vantage point, this is really a massive peninsula, and it goes a long ways out that way. It is just really wild to see both sides of the sea. And then this mountain range just, you know, like a shark's fin or something sticking up out of the plains and valleys. I mean, it's almost, you know, Alps-like a little bit, a little mini Alps on this little peninsula. Forested, these massive boulders. So I don't know the history of this castle. I haven't seen any informational signs yet, but I'm sure that the history is quite similar to the other ones. The question is it Venetian era or before that? Because the Kyrenia Castle, well, it had many phases of history, as they generally do. But the castle that stands today was primarily constructed by the Venetian Empire that ruled in the 1400s, 1500s, around there. But then the St. Hilarion Castle that I visited was older, Byzantine era, and it was actually abandoned when the Venetians arrived and took over. So my general sense is that this corresponds more with the St. Hilarion Castle on the hill as opposed to the Venetian era, both because of the location, similarly situated up on top of a mountaintop, but also just looking at it, the style looks much more like the St. Hilarion castle on the mountaintop. This one doesn't seem to be nearly as extensive as the St. Hilarion or the Kyrenian Castle. The Kyrenian Castle, as I showed, was by the sea in the city of Kyrenia. Massive, massive, massive walls, big open courtyard. And then the St. Hilarion one was very complex as far as being sprawled all across this ridge with many different buildings. This one seems to be the smaller of the three, but still super interesting, quite impressive. Love all of the little rooms and the design with these kinds of vaulted ceilings and then the shapes. But it appears to be quite small compared to the other two. But what a vantage point. If you're a guard looking for pirates or land invasion, this is the place. You can see everything. Now this is really the best view up here. 360-degree panorama. Oh man. This mountain range is just so unusual. How severe it is. And I think that is basically where I'm heading next. Famagusta. I think it is also called Gazamagusta. I can see a bunch of skyscrapers out there. A long and winding road along the mountains there, and then a straight shot to the city on the Mediterranean. I guess it's safe to say that the storm has passed. So I'm on my way to Famagusta, and once again, another randomly placed church that I'm intrigued to look inside because it is fully open. Curious if there might be some sort of paintings or something. It is yet another style different from the rest. It's kind of weird looking because it's almost like a bunker church. The type of concrete or whatever used looks like it is painted inside with lots and lots of graffiti. Is this local people's drinking spot? Looks like it. Well, this certainly is in contrast to the other ones. This is about the ugliest church I've ever seen. This one must be 20th century. Man. But a little older. Almost didn't see it there. I guess maybe that's leftover incense. Okay, well, this one could have been missed, but also kind of interesting just to see a totally different style. Well, this is sure a different scene here from the peninsula. Tons of new buildings going up, new freeways. The beach is right over there. I am headed towards Famagusta or Gazamagusa. And Salamis, ancient city, is supposed to be really interesting. Maybe go there tomorrow. But this is a real contrast. You can see kind of the new northern Cyprus being constructed. Look at that nice resort, I guess. I've seen casinos. Gambling is legal here. And here we're coming into Gazamagusa, and I got confirmation that indeed its name is also Famagusta, same place. I think Gazamagusta must be the Turkish name, and Famagusta is the old Greek name. So getting close. Looking forward to getting checked into my hotel room. I have a pretty nice hotel reserved for tonight at a good price. So many billboards. What is this glitzy looking palace? Whoa. Hotel or Lion's Garden? What the heck is it? Man, there is some crazy stuff in northern Cyprus. And so this is Gazamagusta, a very busy, touristy, hip scene. I guess the beach is just right other side of these buildings here. My hotel is very close. Huh. In which case, looks like there's a mosque. It's going to be right next to my hotel. Let's hope it doesn't blast the call to prayer at 5 in the morning. So I'm all checked in, and this is the amazing view from the 8th floor. Out there, the Mediterranean Sea. Not looking like the best swimming spot over there, the industrial port area. But there, look at that. That must be the Salamis ancient city that I've heard about. I don't know the time period at all for that, but I will definitely be doing a tour of it probably tomorrow. So here's the really incredible room, much nicer than I thought that it was going to be, and I kind of had a little bit of high expectations. All just very new, clean, and a separate living room, fridge, bathroom, all for 84 euros, which is $90 US. But that is for 2 nights. 42 euros or 45 bucks US per night. What a deal. It's much nicer than my room in Kyrenia, which was a lot more expensive, and certainly a whole lot nicer than my last 2 nights at the place that I stayed out on the peninsula there, which was almost just as expensive as this. So I don't quite understand why this room is so cheap, but I'll take it. All right, that is going to do it for today's exploring. What a day, and what an eye-opener of this country. Every day has been an eye-opener of what there is to see in this little-known, disputed country. Very glad that I came here. Looking forward to a couple more days of exploring. We shall see where I end up going tomorrow. Certainly we'll plan to visit the fort. Whether or not I take the car and go elsewhere, we'll see what I feel like. But for now, time to get to work. Going to be working on the computer for the evening, and then very likely just get a room service. They have room service here. They have a pool. There is a sauna. So I'm just going to fully soak this place up, and then more exploring tomorrow. See ya. And yes, the mosque is close. We'll see if it makes some noise later this evening.